First up, a quick box comparison. As you can see, the authentic hat comes in a rather large box and a dust bag, whereas the fake comes smushed in a very small fake Gucci box. Actually, a fun fact, all the majority of Gucci boxes and packaging is made in China. The fake hat is made out of the same materials as the authentic, well, at least that's what it states on the label, but the materials that's used on the authentic is nothing special. In fact, the fake feels a bit more heavier and thicker. If I was blindfolded and had to feel for which hat was the authentic, I would easily choose the heavier and thicker version, which is the fake hat. Now, the glossy shine or glare on the Double G is the same as the original. They're both changed in certain lighting. Before, this was one of the main keys to distinguish a fake, especially the printing. Now it's not so much because they pretty much mastered it. Even the design Gucci web is in the same font and shade as the original. The thing about Gucci is their quality is as basic as they can get away with. The hat is not all that. I mean, it's flimsy and doesn't hold its shape. It feels about the same quality as a $10 hat. The rest is just for the name brand, or better yet, the logo. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a quality replica for 40 bucks. And not to mention that it doesn't help that the fact the hat looks cheaply made, which makes it easily replicated. Even the cheapest $2 hat will still look somewhat similar to the authentic. Now, I must say that the quality and build is definitely on the same scale to Gucci, if not a bit better on the fake. They both have the same double stitching all around the outside and visor, only the stitching is more visible on the fake, whereas the authentic is more cleaner and discreet. The original Gucci hat has a curved rounded shape, whereas the fake has a bit of a flat and squared shape, especially on the back area. In fact, the easiest way to tell if the hat is fake or not is the squared shape. All fake hats seem to have a squared shape in the back, whereas the original has a more of a rounded shape. Another easy tell is to look at the leather strap. The fakes always seem to have a shorter leather strap holding the buckle, whereas the authentic has about an inch of visible leather. The fake is held at the edge by a barely visible leather strip. The leather trim is almost the same, with the fake having a bit thicker leather strip all the way around, but the original looks to be more uniformed. Not to mention that Gucci doesn't even use real leather on their hats. They use pretty much synthetic materials to resemble real leather. The red and green stripe pattern is the same shade of color, with the fake just being a tad bit more vibrant. The only noticeable difference when comparing both side by side is the red line pattern is slimmer on the fake, and the wavy line pattern are deeper and more visible in comparison. From the outside, it's kind of hard to determine if it's a fake hat or not, being that the Gucci pattern and color of the hat is spot on. However, the inside of the hat gives off a different story. First thing you'll notice is the difference in color. The original has a matching dark dye all around, whereas the fake has two different shades of color, a faded dark brownish color on the lining and a faded black color on the visor. The fake has a pattern of huge Gucci logos stitched in big letters all around the inside of the hat, which is an easy tell it's a fake. The white Gucci tags looks almost identical. The authentic has 4 simple red threads holding the tag on each corner, whereas the fake has a slimmer but smaller thread and is stitched all the way around. The fake has all the tags stacked on one side closer to the back area, whereas the authentic has the tags on the middle of each side. The authentic has the serial number and the words made in Italy and a Gucci logo all imposed on the back of the leather strap, whereas the fake only has a Gucci logo and made in Italy, which is larger but yet barely visible compared to the authentic. The authentic has smaller logos, but it's more cleaner and more visible. Not to mention the fake has the logos upside down. The button on the center of the hat is a bit larger on the fake. Sadly, many of these differences can only be spotted when doing a comparison. Unless you know what you're looking for, it's pretty much hard to tell which is a fake hat, especially without looking inside at the tags. There were times where I actually picked up this fake hat thinking it was the original one until flipping it over and looking at the tags. The authentic, as you can see, has a cleaner look, but really you wouldn't spot out the difference unless you're doing a comparison side by side. One thing I forgot to mention, which I covered in my Gucci hat review, is these hats come in different sizes. Even the fake has different sizes. The authentic is a size small and the fake is a size medium. I must say that I've learned the hard way from purchasing a couple of items from Gucci and many other so-called luxury brands is that luxury does not mean quality. In fact, I would be lying to you if I said that this hat is worth it or even close to the retail amount. I assumed that this $390 hat that's made in Italy would have Italian leather. Come to find out, it's actually synthetic material called polymade. I mean, nothing about this hat is even worth a quarter of that price. They use the cheapest light materials, it's flimsy and simple blend looking. The leather is fake and the hat is made out of mostly polyester. From someone that owns both the replica and the authentic for over a year now, I can give you my humble opinion. The truth is, this hat is a complete ripoff. This is one of those items that uses the most cheapest, and I mean the cheapest materials available, and sell it for as much as possible. People are already buying Gucci primarily as a logo, so why would they need to spend more money on materials when it's already selling? It has about the same feel as a $10 hat. In fact, it literally has the same material used on a $10 hat. Let's be honest, anyone that's looking to buy a Gucci hat is 100% buying it for the logo and not the quality. If they even knew how bad that quality was in the first place, they wouldn't even pay 50 bucks for it. Alright guys, that wraps up this video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, it really helps out this channel. Other than that, I'll see you next time.